Hi guys, welcome to the Video Marketing Toolkit, the podcast where we speak to industry experts and business owners about their lives. We get tips and tricks and insights into their businesses to bring home and give to you guys at home so you can go and put them into your own business. My name is Dan, I'm a marketing consultant and I'm the founder of Video Formula. We help people get in front of the camera for the first time.
Produced by Video Formula.
Today I'm with Aimee Elsey. She's the founder of Ace Digital, a marketing consulting firm based now in Staffordshire. She used to be in Leicestershire, but now she's conquering Staffordshire. And in the past 2 years of setting it up, she has had exponential growth. Is that how you say that word?
Yes.
Exponential growth?
Yeah.
That's a difficult one
It
for a Monday. But she's had exponential growth. She's absolutely killing it in the marketing space right now. And I've known her for a few years now. We sort of went incorporated around the same time. So we've always been able to relate in the troubles and tribulations of business. Aimee, how are you doing? Welcome to the studio.
Great, Dan. Thanks so much for having me back after being your first ever guest. It's
I
lovely
know.
to come back and see how your podcast has grown.
How
and
crazy.
developed.
How crazy. If you go back to episode 1, which is when Aimee first came on, she's the second ever returning guest. She come back from episode 1. We filmed it in, I think, a school classroom that
We
we'd
did.
hired out.
Yeah,
it was
school
like
classroom.
completely black background on those tiny little school chairs. And now we've actually got a full set. So I'm glad to have you back in a much better studio than what we've had before.
Yeah, that was an interesting time of like, what footwear do you bring? So what can the camera see? And like, I was in all black like I am today, and you couldn't see it on the black background, so it would have just been my head. And
There was so much that we
many
didn't
things
even
we're
think
figuring
about,
out, weren't we?
literally. But it was
Yeah.
it started something which was great, and I appreciate you coming back on. And obviously, in that time, you've had, it's been probably about a full year,
Yeah,
or
about
just
that.
over. I think it was November last year. November we
I
filmed
don't
it.
know.
Year
It feels
before
like it's been
November.
a year or so. Yeah.
So we've got lots to catch up on about. But for anyone at home who doesn't know who you are, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Aimee Elsey. I'm the founder of Ace Digital Limited, and we're a digital marketing consultancy firm. We help small and medium businesses in the Midlands with SEO, social media, content creation, email marketing, and consultancy in business. So if you've got a firm that needs a bit of guidance when it comes to marketing, we can come in and give you a bit of extra support. So there's a few services we've got, and I'm excited to say there's a few more services that are coming into fruition in 2026. As like you say, we've had a lot of growth. So there's a lot more opportunities we'll be able to present to local businesses very, very soon.
Brilliant. So lots of exciting stuff coming your way.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're interested in any of those things and you like what Aimee's got to say, hit her up. Make sure that you're engaging, you're actually putting into action these hints and tips that we're giving out to you. So obviously, we already spoke last time in episode 1. But let's touch a little bit back again on your story. So, like, where did you first decide to sort of set up your own business?
That's a tough one. When I was back in college, funnily enough, I did a marketing course and a business and law course. And I had a lecturer that just really inspired me with marketing. Funnily enough, his name was Mark. So it was Mark, the marketing lecturer. So his name's really stuck with me over the
Marketing
years.
Mark.
Marketing Mark. And he was just an absolute inspiration. So he really kind of changed my career path. I originally wanted to be a barrister, funnily enough, because I have a law family. So it was a big shift in my original plan. And then went to De Montfort and did that, and then did corporate for a couple of years, which is how we know each other. And then I've always wanted a business. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So I got inspired and set up Ace, and it's just flown over almost the nearly 2 years. I'd like to say I'm surprised, but to be honest, I put so much passion and so much effort into what I do that I can't really say it's a surprise that it's succeeded. It's just all about being honest and giving people the support they deserve.
And you've nailed it there. It's just about being honest to yourself, channeling that effort, that passion, and it can't go wrong. If you're putting in that much effort into something, it really can't go wrong.
Yeah, for sure. I think the difference between the way we work, and I know that you work very similarly, is it's the one-to-one support. It's the treating people like people, not like numbers, and really hand-holding them through the process if that's the level of support they need, and really recognizing that. So it's not giving the same support to every customer that comes through the door. It's what do you specifically need as an individual? How can I communicate in the way that you'll be able to speak to me? How can I pick up on when you need extra support? So it's just really guiding everything you do to the specific person. And I think that's why a lot of our clients stayed on long term with us, is because they do get that tailored support that they've never experienced before.
And that's it. It's having that person to answer the questions along the way. It's always an ever-changing process, right? Businesses are ever growing. There's always going to be new encounters and issues to overcome. So sometimes when you look at your traditional sort of cut and paste and marketing agency, when they do just kind of offer you that product and you go down that route, there's always extra things that come up that it doesn't solve. So having that bespoke system, it really helps my clients anyway, and obviously helps yours as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So today we wanted to talk about marketing strategies, right?
Yes.
You had to remind me when you first came in what we were talking about, because it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, but we're going to talk about marketing strategies. Yeah. And we're going to deep dive into a little bit what they're about and how you guys at home can set up your own marketing strategy and start thinking about it, because it can be a little bit of it's difficult when there's so many different experts out there, when there's so many different tools and stuff out there, things that you can be getting on with. What is the clearest way to get through and sort of do manage that?
Yeah, I think it also doesn't help. There's a lot in the market, in the landscape that's changing right now with AI, with no ads being on social medias, with Google's algorithm getting tighter on businesses and what they can and can't say. So there's a lot of things changing in the landscape. So a lot of the businesses that I've spoken to, it's just trying to keep up with what's going on, which they find a challenge. Even with marketing teams of like 6, 7, 8 people, they just don't have the time to just have someone dedicate their time to strategy and finding out what's happening. So that's where we can come in.
Yeah, I think that's totally right. It's having that expert angle on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sort of being like, in a world where everything is like changing every 5 seconds, it's like, how as a business owner can you like keep track on all of these things? Yeah. I think it's always good to keep an ear to the ground. But yeah, definitely like having an expert there sort of like really comes through.
I always find it's the fresh perspective that brings the best results. Even if you've had a team of marketers working on a client for say 5 years, the fresh approach you'll get from someone completely new to it will always be best, because we've never seen it. We don't know what you've tried. We don't know what the clients had spoken about before. So everything we say will be completely new, at least to the organization. So then they can kind of pick and choose from our ideas and see what they like. But I always think a fresh approach, especially at the start of the year, so like around about right now in Q1, is the best thing you can do for your business, whether it's a fresh approach in your sales tactics, whether it's a fresh approach in your marketing, whether it's a fresh approach in the way you're even managing your business. Now is the time to do it in Q1, so that it can really make a difference this year, and you can kind of get that comparison later on in the year.
That's it. Yeah. Q1 fresh start,
Q1 fresh start.
Your new set of goals are out there. How are you going to achieve those goals in your business? How are you going to really make sure that the rest of the month is the rest of the year even, is going your way and is contributing to your business? So yeah, definitely exciting stuff to come with the marketing, and sort of pinning down exactly how you form a marketing strategy. Before we get into that though, I nearly forgot about it. I wanted to address the goals that you set last year, because a big part of it was that you set yourself some goals, right? And we even spoke a lot about a few of those goals, like, is it achievable? Can you do it?
Yeah.
Do you remember what those goals were in the last episode?
Yeah, I don't know if they made the final cut, because we did discuss quite a few things with personal and professional, because obviously we know each other very well. But my professional goals was I wanted to grow the business to take on more clients, which meant employing someone. I'm so happy to say I have an employee that works for me right now, and an
check, goal 1 done.
Absolute godsend to our business. She really is. With the growth we're seeing already in Q1, we're hoping that we'll then expand the team to another person by the end of the year. That's my biggest goal, to continue to grow it. I said I'd like to move out of home and be a homeowner, and I bought my first house.
Tick 2.
Yeah, we moved in November. And I also got married to my wonderful husband, Nathaniel, in September last year. So that wasn't necessarily a goal of mine, but it's still a special time, hence the change of name compared to episode 1. But my husband is wonderful. He's very supportive of my career, and he's a big fan of yours and your video podcast, so we watch it together.
Amazing.
But no, it's just, it was a big year of change, but change for really good stuff.
No, that's brilliant. And what a year, all of those things, it's crazy when you put into perspective how much can change in a year, right?
Yeah.
And that's so good, because we spoke a little bit, I think especially it was around being a homeowner. You were almost like you said, like, I don't know whether I'll get it this year. I bet it is a really big aspiration of mine. And you're like, I don't know, sort of the business, the house and stuff. And then you did it. You went out and smashed it.
Yeah, we both talked about the challenges that come with being self-employed in your 20s, of like the security of having a job, you can get a house and stuff like that. So this just think the way the business was built and the support of the networks that I had, including yourself, that it just meant that the foundation was strong enough so we could have it, and that's just amazing. And
Awesome. Absolutely smashing it, honestly. And congratulations, all the effort that you put into it. Obviously, it
Thank
comes
you.
back around, right? And the energy that you put into something, I genuinely believe, is the energy that you get back out, and it
sure.
reflects that.
Thank you.
So, what about the vision? Where are we taking this, Aimee? Are you thinking office, 5 more employees, big sports car, or are you thinking, I'm not going to deal with the stress of all them people? You're sort of ticking over how you are at the moment. What's your thinking for the future?
I've never been a materialistic person. So I have a lovely car. I have a Vauxhall Grandland X, but I've had that for a couple of years. And that was like my one thing I wanted a nice big car that I could get all my stuff in, all my equipment and stuff. And that was the main thing.
Yeah.
But I've never been materialistic. We run the company out of my home office at the minute. We've got all these lovely collaborative partners all over the place that work from home. So for our business, at the moment, in its current capacity, doesn't need an office. We prefer to go out to people and support them in person, which if we had an office, we would be restricted on that a little bit more. So I think because we're at home, because they can't come to us, it means we get the ability to go out and see people and network and go and visit their actual place and kind of get a feel for them and their facilities and things like that. So I really think it helps. I never thought about growing my business into something huge because I wanted it to be a bespoke kind of consultancy firm, a little bit almost like a boutique where we help specific businesses with their goals. But looking at it and the growth that it's had, I would like to grow it to potentially up to 5 people. And by that point, I would probably want an office space just to have them all together so we can collaborate and I can, again, continue to build the culture and nurture them into their roles and make sure they feel like they're looked after. And then clients can obviously come in and meet the entire team so they can see the heroes behind the scenes. So I think in like the next couple of years, because it's not going to be this year. I know I said that last year about a lot of stuff.
She said that, but
I think it's going to be 5 this year. I would be very blessed to have another amazing person in the business full time. That's the main thing for me right now because I'd love to have the opportunity to have somebody else work with me. But I think in the next couple of years, up to 5 would be the max for me because I'd want to be able to focus on those 5 individuals, make sure they feel nurtured and supported and paid well and their jobs were secure and they had the opportunities that I would have loved to have had when I was in corporate, but the team was too large for it to give the culture that I needed.
I guess that's it as well, right? You don't want to grow out of your own values in a sense. You don't want to grow too big too quickly that then your values start that got you there start falling. You want to be comfortable at where you're at as well. 100%. And it's like, do you want them like 18, 19, 20 odd employees? Is that just too it might be too stressful. My outlook of it is that I'm going to try everything at least once, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I could grow to that size and give it a go, that could be pretty cool. I might enjoy it. Who knows? I might not enjoy it. I might actually be happy with just like 4 people, like a long-term plan, in 10 years' time or something like that. So I'm definitely open to the idea of just experimenting and just seeing where it sort of goes. But I think ultimately you've got to stay true to your values of what you want as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't let it become uncontrollable, in fact, and it loses what it was meant to be from the get-go sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it just helps that it's the personality of the person leading the business. So neither of us are very materialistic. We're more people-centered, more or less than money-centered. So it's all about the care we put in rather than the money we get paid. Granted, money is great. Obviously, it keeps other people employed and it keeps the business churning. But I've never, ever been in it just for money. I've been in it for the people and like the opportunities that people have brought me. And that's all it's ever been about. So like you say, it's the values that you got to keep rather than just let's chase after this client that's worth thousands. Let's get this office that's worth thousands. Let's get 30 people. That's just never been my values. And I know that you really resonate with that. Just keep it small, help loads of people, really love what you do, really care for them. And that's all you can really do.
No, definitely. You just got to stick to what you want to do and grow accordingly, really. As entrepreneurs, you are the person that has to drive it, right?
Yeah.
So if you've not got the passion for driving it into like a big monster or something like that, just don't do it. Stick to what you want to do at the end of the day. This is your life and your career that you've chosen. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So going forward then, 2026, what goals have we got on the cards? What are we looking for? So you mentioned obviously about the full-time member of staff, but that sounds like it's already in the bag, right? So what else is in for this year?
We're expanding our service offering, which I'm really excited about. So something I launched in January, and it's something else I'll talk about further in this podcast, is audits.
Okay.
So we offer fully comprehensive digital marketing audits now as part of one of our flagship services. So they give us access to all their accounts. We go in, we analyze everything. We go, what's working for you? What isn't working for you? This is what we would potentially do. And this is then how we can assist you if you'd like to sign on and work with us, for instance. But that really gives business owners a really fresh perspective and gives them a lot of strategic guidance and advice for a very low investment. I mean, we only charge £100. And then if they sign on to work with us, we take that £100 off their first month's retainer.
Oh, wow.
As well.
Okay, that's brilliant.
There's a little bit of a value give back.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that is because my business was founded mainly to help small businesses. And in a lot of cases, they don't have a couple £100 to spend on marketing yet, but they really need the advice and the strategic help. So that's why the audit service came in, is it's £100, so it's a low cost. And they get a lot of strategic advice. They get to find out what's working and get to know about the upcoming changes with the algorithms and things like that. So they get essentially a marketing person, but without having to have the budget.
Yeah.
So it really helps out.
That's really valuable. Like a business, even a startup, right? £100, you'd throw £100 at something just to sort of see how it goes.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good way to start building that trust. And you get to cover your costs on the back of that as well, which is it's a win-win for everyone, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. I just made the objective of obviously in 2024 and 5, obviously our business is 2 in July. So 2024 and 2025, we helped 25 businesses over that time period in different capacities. And I'd love to double that this year. So even if it's just from doing audits, like we can genuinely get into a business and make a difference of some capacity to how they run and their success. That is what I want more than anything, is to get in front of more businesses to help them, to support them without them having to invest thousands in a corporate agency where the results just aren't there. That's my dream. And with that in mind, do I announce this today? I'm also, hopefully, fingers crossed, she says.
Touch wood.
Yeah, touch wood. We're superstitious in this family. I'm running some online or in person, location yet to be confirmed, masterclasses.
Okay.
For Facebook and Instagram and potentially LinkedIn. We're looking at developing that as a product too. So businesses can come to us for £25. They'll have an hour session. We'll talk them through the algorithms. We'll talk them through strategy. We'll do a little bit of one-on-one in the group of what's your business and here's what I would do. But then we're also doing consultancy one-on-one with businesses after that session if they do just want a bit of guidance but they don't have the budget, and that'll be only charged at £50.
Wow, that's the value in that. That is value for money. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's like I say, I just went back to it when I was looking at Q4 and really looking at how the year grew and how we assisted businesses, and I just want to make more of a difference on the small business scope this year as much as I can. We're very blessed that our business is growing and it's thriving, and we're getting a lot of retained working, which is fantastic. But it now means I can shift my attention a little bit to the consultancy side of how can I make an impact in this industry without the big cost to a business, without them getting stuck in a corporate contract, and actually give value to someone that's not just pay me thousands of pounds. So I really want to get the value aspect sorted this year for small businesses.
No, that's brilliant. And I think that message putting out there, as these businesses will grow around you, right, that you're helping out, they'll remember who helped them, and it will really reinforce that message and enforce the value, and you can keep on doing it again and again and again. So no, I'm excited to see it. So you said you was going to obviously you want to reach these new people.
Yep.
How are you going to do that? How are you going to reach these new businesses?
So I recently upgraded my own personal website last month in January. That's finally got all of our social media content creation. It's got the websites we've worked on. It's got a lot of our reviews and testimonials. So there's a lot more information on that now. We'll be posting the events on that website. As I mentioned, we're also a member of a fantastic networking group called Network In.
Okay.
We're in Team Uttoxeter and Team Burton-upon-Trent, so it's Staffordshire based. At the moment, the teams are only Staffordshire and Cheshire, and they're looking to getting towards Derbyshire next. But it's a fantastic networking organisation that have really helped to support us. In a lot of cases, they also work with small businesses, a lot of the professionals in the room, so we can get our product in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess it ties all really well together.
Yeah,
right?
it ties all really well together. So we've been promoting it on our own social media, which I'm going to make more time to do. It's great. Something I always hear of, like, where I used to make the excuse with my website, and I'm sure you did too, when people come to it and go, don't look at my website, look at my socials, my website's out of date. Marketing people are the worst to keep wearing your stuff up to date.
And that's it. Well, hopefully now you've got a new team member on board, like you can spend more time doing that.
She today is doing some stuff for Ace today, thankfully, bless her, because I said, do you mind just getting a couple bits done while I'm out, because I will just... business owner mindset. I'm here. I'm looking after clients. I'm supporting them. Our business kind of gets a back foot a little bit. But no, I will make sure to follow us on social media. on Facebook and LinkedIn. It's Ace Digital Limited with the word. And we'll be posting about the masterclasses, about the audits, and how you can get in touch to book one of those as well. And like I say, it'll be on our website as well. And hopefully through networking, you'll hear it if you're a member as well about what we do there. But we really want to promote that because it's all about small businesses this year. We've conquered Leicestershire. We're trying to conquer Staffordshire. How can we help small businesses? And this is just what we decided would be the best way.
No, awesome. And defo check it out 100%, because there's always Aimee's going to always put out super loads of value on there, I'm sure.
Thank you.
And I'll definitely be reposting this and trying to get involved as well because it sounds super duper.
Yeah, well, it might be that you can also do something around podcasts.
Yeah, sure. I could come in and talk about podcasts a little bit. That could be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
There's a lot of events. I don't know if I don't know the full Staffordshire base, but I know in Derbyshire there's a few little workshops already, and I've been to a few of them. And actually are really cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's any worth checking out yourself if you want to have a look in Uttoxeter and areas like that, just to see it got a scope of what's going on there at the moment, because I'm sure you could pull all that data together and create like a super duper workshop as well, because I know some of the ones that I've been to have been really valuable, but they're always missing a little bit of extra spice, you know what I mean? So there should be something you can definitely like figure out and like add that into it. But it sounds amazing.
Thank you. I'm really proud of what we're developing. And like I say, it's something I've not set a date for because it's in production right now, of like making sure that whatever we're delivering isn't just standard, that you can freely read on the internet. It's bespoke. It's going to be interactive, so we can chat with business owners in the call, and then obviously they can have their camera turned on and off. Or if we do it in a public space, making sure we get time to speak to every owner that comes and how we can support them.
Yeah.
So it's all about trying to, like I say, I keep going back to making an impact this year. That's all I want to do.
Making an impact. I love that. That is a great way to tie it all together. So obviously that's all caught up with you, Aimee.
Yes.
I want to give some value back now to the people. So let's talk about marketing strategies. 2026. I'm a business owner. I'm opening a new business. I think it'll be fun if we kind of like we go through and not role play it, but also like I will create like a business, and then like you could advise me a little bit, so it's nice and tangible for people at home.
Of course.
On the last podcast I just recorded, we just had Matt in, and Aimee knows Matt as well.
Yep.
And we spoke about that we're going to come into partnership together to create a board game cafe, because he's got into coffee recently. I'm obsessed with board games. So I was like, we're going to go into business together and do that, like when all this like is said and done sort of thing. So mine and Matt, we've got a board game cafe.
Yep.
How do we start our marketing strategy out?
Very first thing, social media is key. So I would get your social media pages up and running. For something like a cafe, immediately it screams domestic market. So I would go Facebook and Instagram for a very first thing. Next, it'll be your branding. So there's some fantastic branding specialists. Obviously, you had a great chat with Sophie from Serrano Media.
Yeah, Sophie from Serrano.
She's fantastic for branding. If you need some branding, please go hit her up. She's brilliant.
Have you spoken to her as well?
I know her. We have had conversations before. So I get your branding sorted, get your social media pages set up. On your social media pages, the very first post should be about the cafe and about the owners and behind the scenes of why you do what you do. Often enough, a lot of the mistakes I see with businesses I work with, either during the audits or either working with them for social media, is they try and make their social media about the business, not the people.
Okay.
And it should be the opposite way around.
It should be about, as in the people in the business or the
rather
customers.
Than the brand name. In a lot of cases, so for instance, say your cafe was called the Board Game Cafe, they will just talk about the board game cafe and a photo of the cafe, and that be it. Whereas if you said meet Dan and Matt behind the board game cafe, Dan himself is really into board games. Matt comes and brings his expertise for coffee, and really make it resonate with people, because they'll go, oh wow, he had a passion for this, or he's an expert in this. Is, for instance, I work with a company that does bathroom installation in Newport Pagnell, and what they used to do, and there's nothing wrong with this as a starting point for social media, is just post photos of bathrooms. That's not enough. There's so many bathroom specialists from Wicks to Victorian Plumbing that you just won't tell them apart. What I found out when I worked with them is they're a second generation owner. It's under new ownership, and there was nothing on their social that said that. So our very first strategy was, right, get the owners in front of a camera. Tell me who you are. What do you bring to this business? What's your expertise? Who are they? Are they related to you? Like, how does it all work together? And that strategy has been fantastic. We then also started filming the products, because they have a fantastic showroom. So tell me about this bath. What's amazing about it? What brand is it? Who would you recommend it to? And really making it about them and the way they sell, because it was a salesman in the view, rather than here's a photo of a bath.
Yeah, I think there's obviously so much potential with a lot of businesses' social media, right?
There is.
People often buy from people as well, so getting that personality in there.
Yes.
And I know exactly what you mean. It's that sort of stock image. The pictures come straight from the manufacturer.
Yep.
You're obviously reselling in your showroom. You're just slapping it straight up on Facebook or on your website,
Yep.
and you're just reposting that sort of image. But it's got no inspiration. There's no drive. There's no passion behind
there's
it.
just no personality. That's what it is. And in a lot of cases, for instance, with showrooms, how many times have you looked on a showroom website and gone, wow, that looks amazing, gone to the showroom and it's nothing like it, and it's a tiny room that's probably smaller than the studio that's got nothing in it, and you can't see the product you've gone to see. What we adjusted with their strategy is we showcased the entire showroom. Look at this bay we've just put in, look at these taps, look at this brand that we stock. So when people come in, they have a realistic expectation of what they're going to see, and the trust building from that, from a social media perspective, has been crazy. The engagement, the follows, the reshares have all elevated through the ceiling, because you've got the trust factor there of this is what you're actually going to see, rather than here's a stockroom website like photo. That's just, it doesn't work. You need the trust.
It's that you're building trust. That's the whole point of the social media, right? You have to think of how are people going to use that business's social media account? Are they going to, if they need a bathroom, are they going to be searching for the account and then finding a bathroom on their feed? Like, not really. But will they follow them, and then when they need a bathroom eventually, they know exactly who to call, because they know they already trust those people? That's going to be more likely, right?
Yeah, and what we do with the videos in particular is the salesman is a guy called Jacob, and he's in every video. So we don't just use a voiceover, he physically is in it. So when they go into the showroom, they know that's Jacob. I want to talk to Jacob, he's an expert, all these wonderful things.
Like, oh, you're that guy from the video. Like, I've seen you on the page and stuff like that.
And I'm one of the things I'm really happy to say about, so we only started working with them in December, and cut to January. Usually it's their quietest time. They don't get any footfall in the shop. People are doing January sales, they're shopping online, they're resting up after Christmas. They had people every day in the showroom wanting to talk to Jacob because of what we'd done.
No way, that's brilliant. And that was just from posting some videos on socials,
and that was just from the trust building we did with social media. Show the people behind the business, show why they're experts, and build that trust by being authentic and showing what you can do or what you bring to the table. And that is the key to social media that people often overlook. It's what do you physically bring to the table. There's 1,000 bathroom suppliers in the UK, but what do they specifically specialize in? And that's what we honed in on, and that's where the success has come. It's been a complete bespoke strategy just to what they do and what they're personally good at, not what does the market put out, because that doesn't work.
Definitely. And I think everyone's on social media nowadays, right? But I still think you still have such a big advantage over 90% of the competition just by posting some good content and actually thinking about your content. Like, even though everyone's on social media, you're still going to be inches and meters ahead of every other business, because they're still posting stock images. They're still just churning out the same bollocks, like, rather than actually refining it and putting out really good content.
Getting some personality behind it.
Definitely.
An image has no personality. You can put whatever you want in it, it doesn't. People that are charismatic and you want to listen to them and want to hear what they want to say will always do it. Something as well in 2026, obviously I'm sure everybody had the message come up on their Facebook feed about a couple of weeks ago of pay $4.99 to have no ads. Organic content is more important than it has ever been, because ads will stop displaying for certain amounts of users dependent on how many people decided to use that.
It's just going to be taken away from that pool, right? That advert pool.
Yeah, the floodgates will open with it. Obviously, I myself didn't pay for it, and I'm not sure if you did it too, but the floodgates will open. One person in one family in one sitting room will pay for it, and they'll go, oh, look how amazing it is with no ads, and there'll be no ads. And that's the way it will be. And that's the direction it's going in. You see people paying to have no ads on places like Netflix and Disney Plus and Now TV. It's going to happen. So your organic content is the only way people will see you on social media now. So getting your videos done, getting reels, getting photos, getting testimonials on social, everything you can put on there to showcase who you are, what you do, and why you're the best at what you do is so important now.
It also shows a shift, right? Because on the flip side, if more people are seeing less ads, that means there's more real estate for your there's more real estate for your organic content to be shown out there. And if even the platforms are pushing in more in that direction, from their sort of business perspective, they must see that it's a more liable business decision to sell that kind of service than to show the ads, which means there's more likely it's going to be even better to make organic content in the future, which is just crazy.
Yeah, it just shows that the algorithm's going to start pushing it and start deterring ads. I can see it potentially being phased out. Obviously, they make money on ads, like you say, but if you can commit people to paying a monthly fee, a business might not do ads every month or every week, depending on their strategy. But a person paying a fee every month, that's a direct debit. It's done. It's ticked off.
Yeah, it's perfect residual income, isn't it, for them? Like, it's
It
ticking
is.
over. So me and Matt, obviously, we've got a cafe. We're on social media. We're making good content with a personality in. What's next?
I would get a website next. And if you watch the episode with Matt in, you'll hear all about his website expertise. He's fantastic. Do have a look at him too. I'm plugging everyone.
Plug everyone,
I'm
Aimee.
just proud of the people that we
You're
have
doing
in
my
our,
job for me right now.
I'm just proud of the people we have in our circle. Matt is fantastic. At what
No,
he
Matt
does.
is really good.
I would have a website and I would do the same thing. Get photos of the cafe, get prices on there of the coffee. Get information. So do people have to rent the board games, or can they bring their own, or like the T's and C's of how it works? Get your videos from social media on there, because if people find you on Google search before they see the social media page, again, it reinstalls, this is the personality of the business. This is all about us and how it works and what you can gain from it. I would then next try and get reviews from people, whether that's Trustpilot or Google reviews, and feed that into your social media and your website, because it's building that trust again of, I had a great experience here, or Dan was fantastic, or Matt's coffee was the best I've ever had. Continue to build that trust, and that authenticity is the biggest thing.
I think those reviews and testimonials are really crucial, because it
Yeah.
is just proof, right? It's proof that it works. It's
Yeah.
proof that the people that you're working with are successful, and it all feeds it back in. So we'll be definitely posting about how good our coffee is and what our
exactly.
customers think.
Exactly. It feeds into all of it. So, but the biggest thing is just making sure your business showcases you is the best piece of advice I can give. It's a common misconception, like I said before, that it should be the business name and make it look corporate, but that is not what people want anymore. They want to see the people. They want to see what people think about it, and that guides where they would spend their money. So make it all about you, not about your business. And that's what I always tell my clients, and that's where we've seen a lot of success.
That's
It's just about
definitely
you.
sort of when I went through my rebrand, right, from Daniel Dennis Media to Video Formula, it did sort of concern me. I was like, am I moving away from myself? Am I disconnecting from Daniel Dennis Media by going into Video Formula? Am I losing that personality? But then I thought, no, I'm not really, because I feel like the brand as a whole still is very much me,
Yeah, of
down to the
course.
colours, the content that I put out there. Just because my name's not in the title of the business anymore doesn't make it any less than a company for me. If not,
No.
it just gives me more confidence to put more of myself out there and feed it into the business. So by saying that, put yourself into your business, we're not saying put your name in the
No.
title.
No, it doesn't need to be
Have
like
it. It
that.
doesn't need to be like that. You can do it in so many different ways
Okay.
to still have your personality sort of reflecting through.
Yeah, business name and branding is key. What's memorable? If you say like Dan and Matt's Cafe, would that really resonate with people? Whereas you go board game cafe, oh, I play board games there.
They
I have
know what
coffee
exactly
there. They
it
know
is.
what they're doing. So with your podcast name, it's really easy to remember. So it's not about naming the business after yourself necessarily. I mean, ACE for me is Aimee, Chris and Elliot, which is my dad, me, my dad, and my brother, which is all our family devices were called ACE. So my business name was kind of a way of honoring my family and the way they've always supported me and stuff like that. So mine is about me. But if you saw ACE, you wouldn't think Aimee. That's just not what it's about.
That's just a personal bit for you.
That's just the personal bit for me, that I get to honour my family and what I do. But it's all about, with my content in particular, I share my reviews, I share the projects I've been working on, look at the quality of what I can do for you. Here's an example of someone that's reviewed an audit I've done. So again, it just builds my audience's trust and goes, this is why you would use me rather than like a corporate agency, for instance. Same kind of thing.
Definitely. And I think it helps you. You are your only version of you, right? There's no other Aimers out there. There's no other Dans out there. So
Yeah.
by shining that through, you're instantly you're making yourself independent. You're making yourself unique, and it's all the unique selling points that come with your personality as well.
For sure.
So we've got our reviews, we've got our web pages. What is next on the marketing strategy for our cafe?
I would just continue to be consistent with it. So making sure your content is up to date, making sure you continue to get reviews, and make sure you're updating the website with all the events. So say you put on like a Pokemon cards night or something like that, something specific, making sure it's consistently updated, because people will go back to it time and time again, especially as they continue to come to the cafe. So you'll be on their feed if they're following you. They'll go back to the website to look for events. They'll be constantly watching you. So making sure that it's up to date and still authentically you. And that's what I find a lot of business owners struggle with. is they work by themselves for such a long time and they build up this lovely brand about this is us and this, but they just grow so much that they don't have time to consistently invest in marketing strategy, and then things, instead of going like that, go like that, because they don't have time, which is why they then need a consultant like us to pick it up. Because any good consultant should be able to pick up a social media account or a website or whatever media of marketing you do, take it over, and the customer should not know it's been taken over. That's the power of a good quality consultant. You should pick it up from the brand colours, typography, language used, tone of voice. It should be the business and the business on its own. And that's the power of a good consultant, is you're the extra guiding light or the extra hand holding without anyone knowing you're there. And that's how it should be.
Definitely. And I think it's so true. Consistency is really important. You've got to keep up all the efforts that you've changed. Because, you know, if you do it for a few months and then stop, you know, you're not going to see those results. But also, just as important as consistency is also making sure to measure what you're doing as well.
Oh, yeah, for
Because
sure.
you can be consistent, right? But if you're not measuring it, you don't know if you're consistently going in the right direction or not. So I'd always like, and it's kind of a given really with any kind of these things in business. You just got to make sure it's measurable and that you're tracking what your changes and what you're doing is all moving into the right direction.
I find quarterly goals and quarterly meetings to look at things and see how they've progressed is the best way to do it. So like for all my clients, we've all just recently sat down to do their Q1 strategy.
That's I just wanted to ask you on that as well, because funny enough, I've just switched to 90-day reporting.
Oh,
I always
interesting.
used to do monthly. And I wanted to know, do you do monthly still, or do you just do your quarterly?
I do monthly, but that's just because some of my clients prefer that. That's their preference. They want to know what's going on in their business. But equally, we do then also do quarterly now. So we look at the quarter as a whole compared to, for instance, the previous year if they've been a customer that long. So we can kind of see the growth of the industry and kind of reset their targets. I find a common misconception business owners do is they'll set goals in January and that'd be the only time they set goals. For instance, if you guys had set like sell 50 cups of coffee and you get to February and you've already sold 50 cups of coffee, what are you doing?
What are you doing next?
What are you doing
We
next?
can have
What's the
goals
big
now.
thing?
We don't have to do any more goals.
Exactly,
We can do it
exactly.
to January.
So, and then you won't grow because you won't be trying to reach something, or you won't be trying to gain something because you won't be motivated because there's no goal behind it. So with all our clients now, we do quarterly strategies, just in Q1. So what's your target? So what do we want to achieve? What methods are we going to use to get there? Is it your SEO? Is it your social? Do we need to do more content creation, or is it more about getting more reviews and re-engaging with the community and things like that? So how we're going to get to these goals. So it's almost like SMART targets. Specific, measurable, achievable, well, I want to say responsible, that's not it, and something else. It's been a while. Achievable, realistic, and
yeah.
timely.
Realistic,
We got it. It's been a while since we've both been at school now, so I don't know what SMART target is. It's all about having those kind of aspects to it. So if I was going to say to you, how many cups of coffee do you want to sell? You said 50, right. What date are you going to sell 50 cups of coffee? Is it the opening night you want to get to 50 cups of coffee? And then what do we do after that? Okay, I want to have every table booked at 6 o'clock every night. Achievable goals that you can set, that you can then present on your social media, and it completely guides your strategy. I have a company that sells cameras, and it was all about the amount of orders they got in. So it's been looking at, right, what sold really well last year, because we know the volume of orders is going to be there. Right, we're going to push that on your social media channels. It's going on the homepage of your website, and we're going to push that one product so we know it sells really well. So it's all about the strategy behind the goals you set, rather than just saying, I'm going to sell 50 cups of coffee, because what does that achieve?
Yeah, I think it's been really clear. I think it's so true. Stripping it back, setting down those targets and being like, we're working towards this. This is funny as well, because talking about goals earlier as well, this is the first year I've really set goals for myself. Before I've kind of gone with how it feels, you know, sort of pandered down the river, and it's worked. It has worked. I've been lucky enough and put the effort in that it has worked. But now I've been very specific on what I want to do, and I'm already thinking I might even be meeting a lot of these goals already. And it's like, actually, when you put your mind to getting goals, it comes around a lot quicker than it is. So it's going to be important to make sure that then I do set new goals and keep on meeting those goals.
I think as well as a business owner, it gives you a clear pathway. So if you go, I want to achieve X, then you already know the steps you have to take to do it. Whereas you would want to achieve X, but if you'd actually acknowledge that's what it is, would you necessarily take the additional steps it might take to get you there? So for me, I know I want an extra employee this year. For me, that means more business, developing more products and stuff like this. And I want to get in front of more small businesses, hence the audits and hence the webinars we're doing. But I wouldn't have thought about those if I hadn't have set the target of, right, I'd like to help more businesses. How can I do that? And that's what's guiding me through this. The more businesses we support, the more income the business gets. Nicholas full-time can get somebody else. So it's all about setting those goals quarterly, looking at the end of the quarter, right, how did that go? Adjusting and going again. Because even with some businesses, growth happens either quickly or slowly. It depends on the market. It depends on how much you invest in it. My first year was booming. My last quarter last year was slightly slower, but that's in our industry. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And my first quarter this year is just like exploded, which is wonderful. But
that's literally exactly. Exactly.
It's just the way our industry is.
Because my November, December was awful. Some of the worst 2 months ever, and then all of a sudden it was just whoa. Yeah. January's back.
January, everyone wants new marketing strategies, and they want extra support and stuff, which is wonderful, and that's what we're here for, and we love it. But it's all about looking at it each quarter and going, right, this is what we set out to do. And if it didn't work, that's also fine. If you wanted to sell 50 cups of coffee and you only sold 48, that's still amazing. It's all about acknowledging those achievements in your business as well. And giving yourself reassurance and patting yourself on the back and going, right, we set those goals. We're not quite there yet, but look at what we've accomplished, which is where your reporting comes into it. Of look, we had 60 people in our coffee shop. That's amazing. We sold 48 cups of coffee, but look how much traction we've got on social media. We've had 10,000 views and things like this. It's all about celebrating the little wins and then planning the strategy and adjusting where you need to.
No, definitely. Well. I think it is a plan on the go, keep on pushing forward, adapting, changing, securing the bag at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think that's it's some really valuable takeaways into setting up your marketing strategy to 2026, especially if you are starting out for the first time, right? If you sometimes when you set up a business or you have an idea, it's like, where do I even start? There's so much out there.
Yeah, there is a lot out there.
Using those fundamentals is really going to sort of solidify it. So thank you very much for going through that. And I hope mine and Matt's coffee shop saves the day and gets there eventually.
I think it will be fantastic. I think you've both got so much passion in what you do. I think there's nothing you guys can put your minds to that wouldn't work. I think you guys will be fantastic. And I look forward to visiting when it's up and running.
Yeah, I'll definitely be hitting Matt up and being like, we're going to do this idea.
Everybody come to Dan's coffee shop. We're going to sell 50 cups of coffee.
50 cups of coffee in year one. I hope we can do that. That might be enough to pay the business rates at least. Well, especially with this government, but we won't get into that.
No, honestly, I know the landscape's changing a lot, but no. Consistency, passion, make it all about you. And if you need the support, come to a consultant. We're here. We're not all scary like Dan. We're quite affordable, and we do know best. It's like my bookkeeper. I'm rubbish with my books. I couldn't do it without Laura. As much as a business can't do marketing without someone like us. If they need the support, we're here. And sometimes it can be hard to hold your hands up and go, right, I need to change how we're doing things. Now is the time. Have a chat with your local consultant. Get something booked in, get your marketing strategy planned, and celebrate those little wins when you get them.
That's it. That's the more important thing. Celebrate those wins.
Celebrate those little wins. They're still as important as any goals you will set.
So that's the value piece that we've gone through. Now we're here for the reason that everyone's here, which is the Ask the Expert quiz.
Yay!
This was a new thing since last time, right?
Oh, okay.
This is because last time the first episode 1 was way before I did the Ask the Expert quiz, but I'm quite excited for this one.
Okay.
Mainly because it might be that I'm a bit of an even ground on this one because we're both talk about marketing.
We do.
I've lost like 90% of these, so I'm hoping this one might actually have some chance of winning.
So I'm going to beat him as well then, guys. Yeah.
So the reputations are on the line.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
The one with Matt. Matt absolutely destroyed me. My questions were so much harder than his, and I also know nothing about web development.
Well, yeah, that probably doesn't help you in the back foot.
It really doesn't help. So maybe we'll see. But for anyone at home who doesn't know about what the Ask the Expert quiz is, it is powered by ChatGPT, which means basically I've got 20 questions for me, 20 questions for Aimee. I've basically banged in our specialist subject, which on this instance I'm pretty sure, is marketing. So marketing in general, kept it pretty general.
Yeah, marketing general school.
And it's spat back out at me 40 questions. And we're going to try and answer as many questions as we can in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like cash builder, like the Chase cash builder kind of sort of thing.
Okay.
And we'll just see. We'll see, can I beat the expert? Will the expert beat me? Usually the expert wins. So Aimee's probably going to trash me. But we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So I've got the questions right here.
Wonderful. Good old ChatGPT.
Good old ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And I've not looked at these questions, obviously. I've literally just put the prompt in.
So he says,
Grabbed it
guys.
out.
I'm going to say it's both before we start.
No. I'm more likely to know your questions than my questions. So I'm going to ask you them first.
Okay.
So that's going to be at the top right when I copy and paste it. I have no idea what's at the bottom.
Okay, fine.
Questions.
That sounds fair.
So to keep it fair as well, I always like to run through like the format of how to ask it. So with like the same speed and stuff. So I'm going to basically ask you the question. If you get it right, I'll say correct and then move on. If you get it wrong, I'll say the right answer and then we move on. Right?
Okay.
So you just do that.
Same as the chase in the original like hot round.
Yeah, in that first round before they get onto it, basically, the cash builder. So I'll be Bradley Walsh. You can be the contestant for the time being. And I'll just get series set 1 minute time and we'll just go from there.
Okay, cool.
So this first question is already brilliant.
Oh,
Basically
fantastic.
gone through that already. But it is, it's about marketing. Marketing and business, sort of general stuff, really.
Okie dokie.
So how are you feeling? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go for it.
Awesome. Hey Siri, set a 1 minute timer. What does S mean in SMART goals?
It's specific.
Yep. In classic marketing theory, what are the original 4 Ps?
Oh, product, price, promotion, and oh my goodness, product, price, promotion, and there's something else. I can't remember the fourth one.
Just say something.
Process.
It was place. Give you half a part.
Used to be process.
In marketing, what does segmentation mean?
It's the specific market at which you choose your audience.
Yeah, correct. Name 3 common types of market segmentation variables.
Age, gender, location.
Yeah, they were 3. Not the 3 that I've got, but it is 3. In the STP model, what does the letters S, T, and P stand for?
I actually don't know. I'm going to pass.
Segmentation, targeting, and position. Never heard that in my life.
I have never heard of that.
Which metric describes how many people recognise or recall your brand?
Oh, what? In what sense?
It just says which metric.
That could mean different things for anything. I'm saying impressions.
I would have more have said that. I've got down brand awareness, which isn't really a KPI.
It's not a KPI.
But this is...
It's going to say every marketing thing values that differently. So you've got impressions for social media, for like websites it would be traffic.
It's a bit of a
shop
shit
it would
question.
be footfall. I've been set up to fail.
This is why I say it's powered by ChatGPT, right? So you got to take everything with a pinch of salt.
How many was that?
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're not in double digits.
You weren't going to get double digits. 6 is normally like really good, and that's if you like bang, bang, bang.
And I got what, 4 or 5?
You got 4. 1, 2, 3.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
4. What did you get the S segmentation? 5. I think you got 5 actually.
Oh, cool. Nearly on average, not bad.
Average is, it varies, right? Because question length is all different and stuff like that.
That was hard about STP. I didn't know about that.
I think in the one with Matt, I literally got 1 right, and then Matt got 5 right as well, maybe. So no one ever gets double digits right. I mean, it is quick. I mean, it is very quick. So
quick.
you did really well.
Okay, I feel that already.
So my questions should be there. I've just basically scrolled down on the notes.
Right.
So just keep on scrolling until there's a bit that says down.
Oh, so the question's after the answer, or you've missed off a question?
Yeah, the question, it goes question, answer, question.
You missed off a question, but I'm guessing from the answer that I know what the question would have been.
Oh, you can just do that.
I know what it is. Because
Or just start on the next one.
You've missed one off that says answer.
It's all good.
Okay.
So, I'm quite nervous now, actually.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. I
Are
promise.
you serious? Set a 1 minute timer.
We ignored you. Program.
Hey Siri, set a 1 minute timer.
There you go. Right. What does SEO stand for?
Search engine optimization.
What is remarketing or retargeting? What is
Targeting?
remarketing or retargeting?
Pass.
What is a customer persona?
Like an avatar, like what someone looks like, or their
I'll allow that, yep.
Awesome.
What metric is most closely linked to the total value a customer brings over their relationship with a brand?
What? Can you repeat the question?
Which metric is most closely linked to the total value a customer brings over their relationship with a brand?
Pass.
Customer lifetime value.
Oh, that was a good one.
If a campaign costs £1,000 and generates £4,000 in profit, what is the marketing ROI in percentage terms?
3,000? So 300%?
Correct. Give one example of a targeted strategy a local cafe could use to attract nearby office workers at lunchtime.
Give an example of a
A
what?
targeted strategy a local cafe could use to attract local nearby workers.
Oh, I'd pass. That's in, isn't it? That's
Location-based ads.
that wasn't in the 2026 plan
Right, so
for the cafe.
SEO you got right.
I think that was about.
Sony you got correct.
Surely it was before.
I think it was 2. Oh no, percent you got correct. 3. SEO you knew. Remarketing and retargeting, the language was slightly wrong. Persona you got correct because it's fictional detailed representation of an idea,
I'll take
which is true. Metric about total value customer brings, customer lifetime value. You got the percentage question right, which I would have got wrong.
True. To be fair, mere maths like.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
me
the
too. I was
shocking
like,
one.
3,000? No, 300. And then it was location-based ads.
Brilliant. Well, well done,
Just for
Aimee.
cafe.
It was a
It
good
was a
fight.
close
It was a
fight.
fair fight.
It was a fair
It was a fair
To
fight.
be fair, if you'd led with SEO, considering my original training was SEO, I would have been like, SEO,
would have been on it straight
search engine
away.
optimization. Rather than I got that awful 3-letter thing that I still can't remember.
Yeah,
what it was.
LT.
Something silly, I have no idea.
It's ChatGPT, right? It's just, it is what it is.
It is
but
what it is.
it's a bit of fun, that's the main thing.
It
And
was
we're
fun.
both still the experts, obviously.
Yeah,
no matter
in
how
our
much
own
ChatGPT can throw us curveballs like that.
Yeah, in our own fields, we're still experts.
But thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything, final message you want to give out there to your audience?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for having me again. It's been wonderful to watch how your podcast is growing over that just over a year. It's great to come back as a guest. Please do check us out on social media. It's ACE, so ACE Digital Limited. Limited is the word, not the acronym. And it's acedigitallimited.org.uk is our website as well. We'll be posting on there about our upcoming events, such as our webinars. We'll be giving you more information about the audits we can do to help your business. And if you're a business based in the Midlands and you need a little bit of extra support, please do get in touch with us. I'm sure Dan will give my information on the video. But we would love to have a chat with you. And thank you so much for having us.
No, thank you. Thanks for coming on. And as always, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Video Marketing Toolkit. All of mine and Aimee's information is going to be in the episode description. We want to take the conversation online, so make sure you add us on LinkedIn and we'll happily answer any questions about your marketing strategy in 2026 or any questions you have about this episode or anything at all. Ask away, ask whatever you like. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys next time. See you later, guys. Thank you. All the best. Awesome, we killed it.
We did kill it. We also
Episode
did
2 done.
this time.